What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update. Rolling out daily Manchester City transfer updates throughout the whole summer transfer window here on YouTube for you guys to stay up to date every single day with all the latest City transfer news. So if you haven't already, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up. 300 likes is the aim, and do let me know your thoughts as well in the comments below. So we're going to crack on with this video. We're going to start off with the outs. We've got the very latest on Joao Cancelo, and Alex Pintanel over in Spain has said that Manchester City are not planning to loan Cancelo out again this summer. If any club wants to sign Cancelo, they've got to pay the price, 20 to 30 million euros. Manchester City looking for Joao Cancelo. They only want a permanent sale, and until that's sorted, Joao Cancelo will stick with the Manchester City first team squad, and he is going to be spending pre-season with Manchester City. The club most interested in him right now is Barcelona. They have been made aware of the situation. I know there's some interest from Saudi Arabia as well. I just don't think Cancelo is interested in that transfer, and by the sounds of it, it sounds like Cancelo is happy to drag this transfer on as long as possible in the hope that he will join Barcelona. They've got no cash to pay that 20 or 30 million euro price tag that City are looking for, so he'll be holding out to hopefully try and get another loan move in the hope that City will buckle towards the end of the summer transfer window. Will there be more interest? We'll have to wait and see. Now, moving on, we've got the very latest on Sergio Gomez, and Fabrizio Romano has given it the here we go for him to join Real Sociedad. We thought the deal had stalled. They wanted a loan move. That had stalled. That wasn't happening. Apparently, they've sat down with Manchester City and managed to negotiate a permanent transfer. 9 million euro fee rather than 15 million euros that Man City were asking for. There was a couple of clubs willing to spend 15 million euros on Sergio Gomez. The City have settled for 6 million euros less. A lot of this comes about because Sergio Gomez has asked to leave Manchester City, and they said he wants to join Real Sociedad only. So there's the power of the player choosing the club. Man City rely on that a lot when it comes to players wanting to sign for City. If we've got other clubs interested in these players, we need them to specifically choose Manchester City to give us a bit of leverage when it comes to negotiations. So that's managed to happen for Real Sociedad. So Man City come down 6 million euros on the price tag. In exchange, 15% sell-on clause has been included in this deal, and a buyback clause has been included as well. I'm unaware as of right now whether the clubs who were willing to spend 15 million euros on Sergio Gomez were willing to put a sell-on clause or a buyback clause on that. I'm going to presume probably not, and that's why Man City have accepted less and negotiated the price. Fabrizio Romano has said final details will be sorted, then he will sign, and he will need replacing by Manchester City in the first team squad. Will they look at left backs? Will they go for a versatile player that can cover in numerous positions to replace Sergio Gomez? We'll have to wait and see. Once that transfer has been confirmed, I will wish Sergio all the very best of luck, but it looks like he is going to be heading to Spain. Now, we've got an update on Ederson, and Alex Crook has said that Manchester City are wanting more than £30 million for Ederson this summer. It's believed Man City aren't in a rush to see Ederson leave. Manchester City, to me, got to be looking at more than £30 million. That's his current value if you go on transfermarket.com, around £30 million. Turns 31 this summer, and of course has 2 years left on his Manchester City deal. Saudi Arabian clubs aren't short of cash, so I don't see why Man City need to be cheap here for what I regard as one of the best goalkeepers in the world, the very best at distribution. To me, going to be looking at closer to £50 million rather than £30 million. This deal to me reminds me a lot of the Riyad Mahrez transfer from last summer, where he was keen on the move to Saudi Arabia, and once a player's mentally left Manchester City and they want to leave, it becomes quite difficult to negotiate the deal, and Manchester City had to settle for maybe less than what they were looking for. I'm hoping City will hold firm here, and I'm hoping that if City aren't in a rush to see Ederson leave, it may just allow us to get the maximum amount for Ederson. He will need replacing, and my expectation is Ortega's going to be Man City's new number one for next season, so it means we'll need to replace Ederson with a number two at Manchester City instead. Again, waiting for players to be linked, and I'm sure that will start to warm up over the next few days. Now, moving moving on to the final transfer of the outs takes us on to an update on Kevin de Bruyne. It's believed that Al-Ittihad in Saudi Arabia are the club that want to sign Kevin de Bruyne. Apparently have begun discussions with Kevin de Bruyne to try and sign him. That's according to Rudy Galetti. He says agreements with the two parties are close. A fee will still need to be agreed with Manchester City. Manchester City are still waiting on Ederson and Kevin de Bruyne to formally inform them that they want to leave the club before Man City will sit down and try and negotiate the sales. Man City will want a good fee for both the players. Ederson's situation where he's 31 with a couple of years left on his deal. With Kevin de Bruyne, he's 33 years old and he's got 1 year left on his Manchester City contract. However, he is one of the best players in the world and Man City will command a big fee. Still remains to be seen. I think there's a lot of smoke and mirrors here, and I think that Kevin de Bruyne will stay at Manchester City for this summer and for the upcoming season. If we can get him on a new deal as well, that'd be brilliant. If Ederson ends up staying and getting him on a new deal, will be two brilliant bits of business, two of the best bits of business that City could do this summer. However, potentially looking like both of them could be leaving for Saudi Arabia. I'll keep my eyes and ears open on that. Now, moving on to the ins, we've got another new name, comes in the form of youngster Marlow Barrett. He currently plays for Coventry City's academy. He's represented England at under 15 level, and he is also a defender. Very exciting prospect. Manchester City have added him to their academy squad. Man City very much looking at academy players this summer so far, and Marlow becomes one of numerous players that City have chosen to add to their academy. All that information being presented by Fabrizio Romano. Now, moving on to the penultimate transfer of this video that I want to speak about, Joshua Kimmich. Fabrice Hawkins from RMC Sports has said that Bayern Munich have now opened the door for a sale for Joshua Kimmich this summer. PSG in France have reignited their interest in signing him and are making contact with the player's entourage to try and find an agreement before sitting down with Bayern Munich to negotiate a transfer. Man City are also believed to be interested, but it does sound more like a PSG transfer than a Manchester City transfer when you do think about it. An aging player with high wages, still an excellent player who I definitely wouldn't say no to, still got plenty to offer for the next 4 or 5 years, maybe even more. So Man City could still choose to make a move, but at the moment things just dragging on a little more slowly than maybe what some people were expecting. People are getting a little bit frustrated about it. But yeah, Man City don't want to put all their eggs into 1 or 2 baskets, want to keep all their options open, and if it's not going to be Kimmich, they've got to make sure it's got to be either priority A with Bruno G or other suitable alternative instead. And Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Fabrice Hawkins and his information is very much reliable. PSG are serious about making a move for Joshua Kimmich this summer, and Bayern Munich could well end up selling Kimmich as he isn't any closer to signing a new deal with them. Now, moving on to the final transfer, with Sergio Gomez looking like he's leaving City, could choose to start adding defenders and left backs to their squad. And one player's name who's cropped up for the first time this summer that I've not spoken about in the last 12 months or so is Theo Hernandez. Pedro Almeida has said that Hernandez is still a player that Man City are interested in and like, but they haven't made any move as of yet. It is thought that right now Theo Hernandez would be open to a move to Man City and a move to England as well. Could be a lot of hearsay of what's being reported here, but if Man City do have cash to spend and they are serious about bringing in a fullback and they do want to go down that left back route, then Theo Hernandez is a player that City could choose to have a look at. To me, does sound a little bit more like gossip rather than actual fact, but find it interesting for the first time City getting linked with left backs. I don't think Theo Hernandez is going to be the first player that's going to be linked with a move to Manchester City. I'd be very surprised if we don't start to hear once more of Anthony Robinson over at Fulham being linked with a move to Manchester City as well. It all depends on, does City want to replace a squad player with a first team player, or do they want another squad player? How versatile do you want these players to be? We'll have to wait and see, but Theo Hernandez being linked with a move to Manchester City. So there we go, that has been today's daily Manchester City transfer update. We'll be back again tomorrow with another episode of the daily transfer updates for you guys to look forward to. I have done my transfer show, my weekly transfer show that's rolling weekly throughout the summer transfer window. Done that previously, so it's my last video on my channel if you want to go and check it out, where I spoke in more detail about all the transfers that City could be involved with and getting linked with as of right now. So do go and check that out if you so wish. I will see you guys again tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. So if you haven't already, do subscribe to my my channel. It is free to subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Also, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. 300 likes is the aim, and do let me know your thoughts as well in the comments below, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. Things very much hotting up now in the summer transfer window, looking like it isn't going to be a quiet one. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.